from Frankford and I lived here all my life. I like Frankford mainly because we're a community of people that grew up together. We work together, the same people. I know their fathers, their grandfathers. I remember back when the Avenue was the place to come. We used to come up on the weekends and shop. We had bakeries and clothing stores and dress stores for the women. It was a place to come to. We had a seafood place. It was called the Griscom House. We used to get a treat. My grandmother would send us up and she'd buy us seafood. But one of the things about you find in Frankfurt that's unique is people usually stay. You know, they stay in our neighborhood, they don't go. My church was a part of the Underground Railroad, Campbell AME Church, and I'd like to see something go up on the Mural, you know, showing that, predicting how it was a part, just where we stored the slaves and then they went on to the next station. I'd like to see that up on the mural. We have the Frankfurt plan where every organization in the community came together and Pew gave us $1,200,000 to revitalize our community. We rehabbed, I think, 28 houses. We built an apartment complex for the seniors over off Meadow, 1 block from Frankfurt Avenue, and we did 2 brand new housing projects. So I work for my church, we feed the homeless, and I work with several other churches in the community. So this is where I stay and it's where I love. Some of the changes I'd like to see come back is we had one of the cleaner avenues. We had people who would come out from the stores and, you know, clean up. That's one of the things I'd like to see. I'm a block captain and I work for the city for 27 years, so one of the things we always stress is come out, sweep up, and take care of your property. But I think that's a problem not only in Frankfurt, but, you know, everywhere. Frankfurt being located near the prisons on State Road. So when a lot of prisoners came out, some of them didn't go back to their own neighborhoods. They came and relocated in Frankfurt, and they brought certain problems with them. And what happened is, one of the things that sprung up in our community, we had old, bigger houses. People turned them into recovery houses and rehab houses. It's a slight difference. And what happened is we became, some people think, saturated with them. But it's good and bad. If they're up and running properly, they're a good thing. But if they're not supervisors, the city has no way to close them down. Then they just call them boarding houses, and then they're out of control. So what we need is assistance from the city to shut down the bad rehab places and to help us enforce the, you know, the good ones. When I was a younger man and coming back from the Army, they built the projects over off by the park. But in those days, that wasn't, I would say, a bad thing. It was for people who weren't doing as good as others. And it was a good thing. And the people moved in and they assimilated. Some of them moved out, brought houses, and went on, you know, and lived constructive life. Some of them stayed. So the projects didn't necessarily do damage to the community. But what happened with the city was, it changed. The rules changed over the years. When they first went up, you couldn't have dogs. You couldn't put things on the wall. You couldn't stay, you know. Now people started just living there, generation after generation after generation. And I think that's where the problem came in. Not necessarily the projects itself. They were set up as a temporary stay till you did better and moved on. We're located right in the transportation hub. You can go anywhere you want from Frankfurt on the bus, the L. It's good for transportation. And we have a lot of schools in our area. We have the new transportation center. We have the area hospital. We have new homes going up. We have affordable homes. We have new schools coming into the community. And I think that Frankfurt is on the way back to what it used to be. We used to have banners, "Welcome to Frankfurt," letting people know that we're proud that we're here. You know, sometimes people say, oh, everybody's leaving, but that's not true. You know what I mean? People are moving in every day. Oh yeah, don't be surprised we're coming back. Frankford is prideful.